What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Life After Lockup Season 3, Episode 29. How many more episodes do we got into the season finale? WeTV and they numbering of episodes is the weirdest. But this episode titled Good News, Bad News. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I'm gonna start with the easiest couple, Lindsay and Scott. Let me ask this question real quick, because when Scott was with them dogs, do y'all really do people let their dogs lick them in the mouths? I don't care if you tell me that a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's, I still ain't letting no dog lick me in my mouth, lick me in my face. My family dog, her name is Charlie. She knows better than to lick me in the face. All she prefers to do with me is to cuddle with me and for me to scratch her butt. That is all she wants me to do. Scratch her butt, cuddle with me, and me to rub her stomach. That's it. She never licks me in the face. She has never licked me in my face. Ever. But yeah. So, Lindsay, back in jail, huh? For a probation violation. Now, she said that she was out test driving a car. Okay. Test driving a car. Nothing wrong with that. Then she said that the U.S. Marshals pulled her over. What were you doing for the U.S. Marshals to pull you over? Was the car stolen? Like, there's a lot of unanswered questions with that one, because she was just very vague. The U.S. Marshals just randomly pull over a car, huh? And then the car that they randomly pull over that you're test driving has drugs and a gun in it. Sounds a little suspicious there. Yeah, I'm thinking you stole it. I'm thinking you stole it, sister. But nonetheless, Lindsay's back in jail. She could be in jail for 5 years. I guess, I guess she must have another girlfriend down there besides just Terabelle that she missed. Let's move on. Oh, God, you guys. Let's go ahead and get Marcelino and Brittany out of the way. I really hate talking about them at times on this channel, on these videos. I do. It's the storyline. So they're heading to Alaska. Now, the fact that Marcelino talking about, he didn't want to take extra luggage, talking about her mama. I'm going to say it one more time for Brittany. I get it, Brittany. You want to help your mother, but don't make your mama struggle your struggle. You kicked your habit. She hasn't. That has to be a decision that she wants to do. So once they get to Alaska, Brittany tells her mom that she wants her to go see Jackie, her grandmother. The mama doesn't want to go see Jackie, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So Jackie is a terrible human being. So Brittany said that her grandmother Jackie would take her grandkids to somewhere and have them pick cigarette butts. I'm like, ugh, a cigarette butt? That is nasty. So you finna smoke something that someone else's lips has been on? Ugh, no. I mean, I guess I can't judge too much, because when you pass a blunt, somebody else's lips are on it, but never mind. And then she said her grandmother pimped her to get some crack. What? No. So then we finally meet Jackie. Jackie looks like a leprechaun with missing teeth. I mean, Jackie just sitting there with her neck all like this, just looking like a leprechaun with no teeth. So Cindy is talking to Jackie. Jackie, you're terrible, love. So, Cindy's just spilling her, telling her truth to Jackie. Then Jackie says that her parents, too, were also addicted to drugs and alcohol. I'm like, damn, how far does this go back in the history of your family? Was everybody on drugs? Christ, Jesus be a big fence and fix it. So then, Cindy is telling Jackie that, because of her, she was 13 years old when she started drinking and smoking. And it was just because of her, she's talking about the fact that, they would have parties. And then she also talked about the fact that, some of Jackie's friends would do things to her. And Jackie says, you can't blame me for, I didn't put the crack pipe up to your mouth and I didn't pour beer down your throat. I was like, oh my God, this woman. Are you serious? Your daughter is sitting here telling you her truth, which you played a part in, and it ain't got shit to do with you. Seek help, ma'am. Seek help. Let's move on. All right, you guys. Next, let's talk about Andrea and Lamar. Andrea, besides working on your terrible weave, you need to take accountability as well. So, Andrea, Lamar, and Priscilla, they're going to go meet up with Shantae. And it's really sad that Priscilla has to sit here and tell her mama, be nice to her, my sister, because I actually like her. That is so fucking sad. So we meet, what's her name again? Shantae. So Shantae has 2 children. So one of her kids is older than Priscilla, and the other one is younger than Priscilla. That's kind of how it is with me. I have an uncle, actually, my uncle is a year older than I am, and I have an aunt that is a year younger than me. Yeah. Actually, Priscilla is their aunt, and she has a nephew. Yeah. So yeah, I have an aunt and an uncle that are literally like my uncle, older than me. My aunt, she's younger than me. 1 year difference between actually it's a year difference between both of us. But yeah, so it's all right. So, Shantae sits down with Lamar and Priscilla, and, she tells them how she feels. And I'm like, everything that Shantae said is very valid. And then, Lamar left them to talk because, she said she feels like Andrea puts up a fight with Lamar about, getting to know her. And I did respect her. I did like that when she said that, when Lamar got out of jail, that she felt like, it was, all about her family, saying, Andrea and her kids, but Shantae was pushed to the side. But they do agree to get to know each other. And, she said she felt like she wasn't included with getting to know them. Now, Andrea, when you said you don't know if that girl was going to be a brat, what did that have to do with anything? That girl is entitled to feel however she wants to feel. Now, yes, I'm not going to sit here and blame you for Lamar's mistakes, for him going to jail, but when Lamar got out of jail, now see, here's my issue with Lamar. You should have said to Andrea from day one, like, yes, me and you and the kids are family, but I also have another daughter that's a part of this family as well, so they all got to get to know each other. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Andrea's just annoying to me. Period. Let's move on, you guys. Lacey, Shane, and John, you guys. Honestly, I'm tired of this story. I gotta be honest with you. I'm tired of Lacey, Shane, and John. I don't know what that is that Shane is growing on his face. It looks bad. I don't blame Shane for still being mad at Lacey for not telling him about John being out of jail. I don't blame him. He's going around changing the locks. I don't blame him, especially with the fact that John is stalking this woman, driving by the house. Dude, that ain't cool. That ain't cute. That ain't funny. It looks like a stalk. Lacey, get a restraining order. Get a restraining order against him, please. So then Lacey says, well, is this all because of John? You think? The man is a nutcase. So then we see John talking about he's going to meet up with Lacey's friend. I'm like, why would her friend agree to meet with him? Why? For what? For what? So, like I said, John met up with her friend, and her friend tells John that Lacey is pregnant with Shane's baby. And his face, he looked hurt when he found that information out. I don't know why he wants to be on this merry-go-round with her. She's never married you, and I know he said that she got pregnant by him once before. Now, in that scene when he was talking about her getting pregnant by him, I don't know if it was a word trip or what, but I caught it. He said, when she was pregnant, she had a miscarriage. You don't get a miscarriage. You can get an abortion or you either have a miscarriage. I'm not gonna say which one is she did because that's not my business. Like I'm not one of those people that feel that you could police what a woman does with her body. I don't believe in that. If Lacey had a miscarriage, that's sad to hear. If she had an abortion, that's her business. That's her prerogative. I don't judge. I don't judge people who do that. It's not for me to judge. Only person that can judge is God. I'm not God. Like nope, don't say you hate. I have a strong dislike for pro-life people. I have a strong dislike for pro-life people. Because I think not all pro-life people are hypocrites, but a good majority of them are hypocrites. A good majority of pro-life people are hypocrites. They always advocate for, that's an innocent baby, that's a human life that they're killing. But then when you hit them with the, what do you think about the kids that are in foster care? They never have anything to say about that. Never. They never want to say anything about kids in foster care. Like I shut a pro-lifer down on Twitter. They couldn't even argue with me once I came back with that argument. They were telling me that that's killing a baby, but I'm like, if you have an abortion early on, it's an embryo, it's an egg. And they talk about late-term abortion. I'm like, I've never heard of a late-term abortion, so you would have to educate me on that one. But I've never heard of that one. But then I was like, well, since you're sitting here advocating for, the baby that's in, something that's inside of a woman's stomach, what about the ones that give birth to kids and then go into the foster care system that are mistreated? And they were like, I care about them as well. What about you? I said, well, I'm actually one of those people who wants to adopt one. What about you? Never got a response back from it. I'm like, exactly, you don't really care about that child. It's just bullshit. But let's move on. You guys, I'm trying not to cuss as much. But yeah, stuff like that riles me up. But let's move on. All right, you guys, next let's talk about Quinlan, and Chevelle. You would think that's more than one person. But nah, Chevelle and Quinlan. So they're still at this amusement park. So they get on the Ferris wheel, and she's talking to Quinlan about how him cheating on her hurt her. I'm not gonna diminish that by no means. Then she's telling him about commitment. I'm like, oh my God, you shouldn't, ladies, listen to me and listen to me good. You should never, ever beg a man to marry you. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. It's really not. And I hate to see that from women. If a man knows when he wants to marry a woman, and he'll do it in his own time. Don't pressure men into that. But again, definitely don't beg them. Like, you should never have to beg somebody to want to spend the rest of their life with you. They should want to do that on their own. Don't beg. And if you get to the point where you realize that you're begging this man to ask you to marry him, it is time for you to say, you know what? God wants better for me, and I gotta want better for myself. And if you don't know in your heart that you can't live the rest of your life without me, then it's time for me to pack my stuff and exit stage left. But don't sit there and beg a man to marry you. Please don't do that. I hate seeing women beg men to marry them. And then the other thing that I really hate to see is when a woman proposes to a man. No, my love, don't do that. I'm asking you, don't do that, please. Like when Christy did it to Jim Jones on Love and Hip Hop, I was so embarrassed for her. I'm like, you should never, because that's giving a man the power to know, oh yeah, I got that. She ain't never going nowhere. like that gives a man that will let him think that he has control and power over you. Don't give up your control and don't give up your power to a man that doesn't want to be with you. Like, stop. Like, Chevelle just keep begging him. I'm like, this is desperation at its finest. Now Chevelle, you know, she's not my cup of tea. But I mean, she probably, like that young man that she went out on a date with, that man seemed smitten by her. Why are you chasing this dude? The man that you went on a date with seemed like he was really interested in you, but here you are with this man right here, begging him for commitment. So then he gets down on his knees and he pulls a ring out of his pocket. I'm like, where did you get the ring from? Where did you get this ring? Never mind. So then he says to her, his words were, you want your commitment? Here it go. Will you marry me? What? You want your commitment? Here it go. That's not even genuine. That's not even genuine. And you can see all of her gums, and she just lit up. I'm like, oh my God, Chevelle, you really gotta want better for yourself. And you have a daughter. Don't let her think that this is okay, because this is not okay. This proposal was terrible. Like, I mean, give me a, if I was a woman, give me a meaningful, heartfelt, sincere proposal. Get down on your knees. Get down on one knee. Be like, I've been planning for this day for a long time now, I can't imagine my life without you. I want to spend forever with you. You are the only person for me. I want to wake up to you every morning, and I want to go to bed at night looking at only you. Chevelle, whatever your middle name is, last name is, will you do me the honor in being my wife? That's a proposal. But let me get his words one more time. You want your commitment? Here it go. Will you marry me? I would have told him, hell no. I'm not marrying you. What kind of proposal is this? Nah. I deserve better than that. Have a string quartet. Have some roses. Have champagne. Have a nice dinner for me. Have something. Show me that you really want me. But again, like I said, he's doing this to shut her up. Really and true, that's all it was him shutting her up. But I'm done with Chevelle. If she likes it, I love it. But let's move on. All right, you guys. Christiana and John. The trailer park. The gutter. So it's 3 weeks until she gets out of prison. I was confused as to where he got that car he got, because he had been driving around. We had been seeing him drive around in that busted up truck, but whatever. So he goes to see his friend Carrie, and he's telling him about the situation with Tara, and she's coming on to him. But the thing is, John likes the attention. I'm like, exactly. But he's like, is it worth it for only 30 seconds of pleasure? I was like, 30 seconds? You can't even give her a whole minute? 30 seconds. Damn. 30 seconds. Like, I'm literally thinking about this. 30 seconds. So you just bust off of putting your head you just bust off of putting your head in? Because 30 seconds, you ain't even pumping at 30 seconds. Whoever has sex with him. And it's so funny because he was talking about having sex with Christiana in the earlier episodes. If you only last in 30 seconds, dude, you got a problem. Like Miss Yellow was talking about a 1 minute man, but shit, you 30 seconds short of a 1 minute. If they like it. The one thing that I will say about John, he repulses me. He repulses me. His greasy, disgusting hair, that mole on his face, His face in general, he just repulses me. Ugh. So we later see him cleaning up a boat. Christiana calls him saying that she's going to be home in 2 days and she's not going to the halfway house. I think my cousin just texted me again. She also tells him that, Tara can't live with her because she has an open case. I don't know how true that is, but hey, it is what it is. Get your sister out because she's trying to, move in on your territory. Yeah, these people, I don't like this family, this couple, none of them. Why was her mama smoking a cigarette? Because when we first saw her mama, she was on an oxygen tank. Lady, your lungs ain't strong enough for that. No. So then John tells Tara and the mama that, Christiana's coming home, not going to a halfway house, and Tara has to go. Tara's like, I don't know how true that is. I don't either. I don't know how true it is, but I guess it could be true. I know different states have different rules and regulations and laws about, felons and ex-felons. So I'm confused. I don't know. It is what it is. That's the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification button so you guys are aware of when I drop anything else. And share this video. Until the next one, you guys, do me a solid favor. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Social distance. And I'll see you guys later. And if I didn't say it already, get down in the description bar and go subscribe to the Planner channel. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.